going on, everybody? Gustav the 13th here with another video for the week of the 11th of December 2025. We have another suit. What a surprise. And we did manage to nab it here. It is the F90 Type I Jupiter Battle specifications. A general this time at 700, which is a little bit odd considering some of the ones that we've been getting lately have all been like 750. They're right there next to its own little F90 buddy. I don't actually have the raid version of this suit. It does not get priority 3, by the way. It's only mainly priority 2 with space compatibility. And another 3-star suit to kick around here with its own 4-star banner. This does have a very similar shot lancer to the one that the VGII 2 has, except in this case, the chain missiles are actually replaced with incendiary ones with the 300 tick, which also, you know, keeps your stun accumulation in place. It's a really odd gimmick with this shot lancer collision, so it is able to still do the collision thing that the regular raid eye can. It does not have instant knockdown on the melee for the shot lancer collision itself. Instead, it's got a couple little oddities going on with it. We'll get into that when we get into the practice thing itself. Just keep in mind that this shot lancer does have a special mode to it where it can actually shoot beams when it stabs. For the shot lancer itself, piercing, 3200 damage, ammo of 3, and a range of 350. Keep in mind that if you're actually out of these and you're reloading, you will not obviously be able to use the shot lancer collision as well. And unfortunately, with a lot of things, when you're actually doing the little, you know, chunking reloading animation itself, it does interrupt a lot of your stuff, so it may make you sink like a rock out of the sky. And that sucks. Does have aerial melee, however, so you can kind of pursue with this and the saber itself. The beam saber here for 2600 damage, cooldown time of 2.5. Nothing super crazy with this except for the downswing being this really low and wide kind of advancing downswing. The head mounted Vulcans here, about 15 shots for the stun on anything that doesn't have DC 1 and up. We have the beam rifle embedded here for an extra stun as well, much like the one on the VGII 2. And then for the Lancer missiles, these are regular 5 ammo, 800 power with a 275 meter range. Same with both of these. Decent accumulation for both of them, actually, although you're going to have to use the entire salvo to build up with the incendiary, but that's not really the purpose of them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Looking at these stats, we got 26k health, ballistic beam and melee resistance are 23, 22, and 33 respectively. Range strength is 27, melee strength is 43. Movement speed of 130, top speed of 225, thruster gauge of 80, and a turning speed of 78. A little bit lower on the turning speed side here, even though we are doing a lot of high speed stuff. And one thing to keep in mind, just full premise here, there is a level 2, and you do get the level 2 guaranteed if you do the whole step up banner. But we're going to be mostly talking about the 700 cost version, just because anyone who gets lucky off of that banner or whatever is probably going to land that one. And I think even though it does have a place in 750, it's going to have a little bit of a harder time. There's been a little bit of back and forth about people saying like, well, it doesn't have to deal with the wingsuits at 750, so it's not that bad. And I'll be honest with you, you're just going to have to deal with it one way or the other. And like, I know that they're annoying. The Tall Grease 3 still does a lot of stuff. It's pretty gross. But we got a lot of monsters and stuff in 750 one way or the other as well. So one way or the other, I would mostly just want to stick with this at baseline costs. Because I did the whole step up banner, I am going to try to do some 750 during my matches. But for this video, for the most part, we are going to be talking about just the 700 cost version. Part slots wise, then we have 18 for close, medium is 22, and long is 12. Getting into the skills here, we have Emergency Evasion System 2, Flight Control Program Level 4, Glide Structure 3, Anti-Blast Stabilizer 1, Melee Composite System 1, High Spec AMBEC 2, Maneuver Armor 1, Force Injector 3, Authorized Killing Efficiency 1, Aerial Melee System 2, Offense System 2, so it feels like they're being a little bit more liberal with throwing more offense system on some of these things, kind of realizing that you do need at least a little bit more safety to commit to melee, especially in 700 and up. So it's nice to see that being consistently a thing, especially for the F90 suits and all that stuff. Fall Prevention System 1, Damage Control 1, Flat Booster 2, Special Left Arm Equipment Buffer Level 5, In flight shield attack, this is talking about the whole high-speed movement thing. You gotta, you know, go into it for a certain amount of time with this collision out, and then you can do a quick poke that will do like a set, I think like 2500 damage, as well as a stun. A little bit of blowback so that they don't just, you know, you don't just zoom right by them if you want to try to confirm with a neutral or a downswing. That being said, there's going to be some behavior with the melee on the collision that we're going to talk about later that makes that kind of... It's a decision you're going to have to make in terms of how you really want to, you know, set up the approach with this suit with that collision in mind. Anyway, so for the enhancements, we have +1 to melee resistance, +1 to melee modifier, +1 to thrusters. And then complex expansion slot is the last one for the regular enhancements at 2670. For the unlockables, we have +5 to melee resistance and +5 to melee modifier. So, all that out of the way, let's take ourselves into our little practice room here. I'm going to show off some of the oddities of this suit. I guess is the nicest way to put it. Just to put it out there, I'm not saying that this is a bad suit. It's a little bit weird. It feels kind of disjointed at times, especially when if you're coming hot off of the new suit from last week, having mobile shooting and stuff, and this not having it outside of just having, you know, here you go with the boost and the sled and all that, and you make the impact. Yada yada, make it a pizza. So one thing here, the neutral and the side swings are all just a neutral. So you can bust these out relatively fast for extra damage. Also, if you see that little... Well, I guess you can't because my big dumb head's in the way, but there is a standby, trust me. It shoots a beam. And because you have a higher thing for the combo controller, you can actually do 3 shots and just chunk people in, you know, standing in place with that going on. Which is really funny. Now, of course, if you do that for the beam and the overheat, you cannot use it for the collision or anything like that. You can still fire it with the regular shot lance. The melee on the saber, as you can see, they're kind of dramatic and slow for the neutral, and a little bit of a weird and low downswing sweep going on here. Considering some of the elevation differences, sometimes you might appreciate that a little bit more just because it might be a bit safer to kind of make that connection, but the cooldown time is real slow, and they're really expecting you to just kind of go around with the old bobsled and start slapping people again. In fact, hold on a second. 1, 2... Cool. Yeah, so neutral. Did this shot lancer... 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so with that special mode in the shot lancer, you actually get an extra swing out of it. It almost feels like so. Da, da, da. Huh. Something to keep in mind. I'll double check that once it comes back up. But not too bad on the accumulation for the base. You know, the shot lancer in particular, I feel, is pretty reliable. Let's show off the accumulations here in real time. We'll grab one of these guys. What is it? 1, 2, 3 for the regular missile on that, and then for the incendiary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the whole thing. 300 per tick here, pretty fast as you can see, and of course that's going to hold any accumulation you got in place. So for the Vulcans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 or so for that. A little bit higher for anything that has damage control. A pretty steady rate of fire, and of course you got the 60 mag dump. Pretty generous. Okay, let's do this again. So, yeah, only 2. And then you get an extra and it does let you use the downswing, so it's not just because of the extra neutral weirdness for that. One other thing to keep in mind though is that you cannot aim the neutral for the shot lance beam. It's only where it is in front of you, because it's still ultimately just an extra addition to the melee itself. Gonna take some getting used to, obviously, on situations like this where you have a really rough kind of like all these uneven slopes and stuff. You're gonna have a little bit of a hard time, but in general, I feel very confident in saying that the shot lancer itself is very nice. You always kind of have a little bit of something to do, and obviously with the aerial stuff, you can still track with your with your Vulcans and all that good stuff. So definitely not the craziest suit out of the bunch. And again, in some situations, especially when it comes to fighting the wingsuits, you're gonna feel that difference between being a 3-star suit dealing with the 4-star bullshit. But we did get a couple rounds in here. In general, it felt like we were kind of fighting not necessarily war museums in those rounds, but it did give me a better idea of how things are going to be in terms of just, you know, leading in with the lance and all that. We're going to put that round right around here. Very good.
All pilots, prepare for combat. Mobile suits, deploy at once.
Alright, here we go. Oh, my bones.
Commencing operation.
Time for the eye and Jupi. Whoa, what the hell for? Alright. There. Sir. What are you doing? Yeah. So the weird thing about the fact that the side swings aren't side swings in this is that technically if you fuck up your first neutral, you can just neutral again in front of somebody really fast.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Which I've never seen on a suit before, so it's gonna be interesting to see if that helps or hurts.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. We lost an allied unit.
Oh, he ran into it. Oh.
Light damage detected.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Damage detected.
Oh.
Too much damage. Mobile suit's on its last legs.
Yeah. Wah! No.
Been destroyed. We lost an allied unit. Select a location and method for
No,
redeployment.
it's sand. Oh, yeah. Let me in. I just need to get in there. Let me do it. Yep. Yeah. 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 Oh, dead.
You're all right. You can stay.
Hit him. No.
No! Mobile suit's been destroyed.
Double hitting it up.
We lost an allied unit.
Turn into the shit box.
Enemy mobile suits.
Nope. Nah, you got beat up. Never mind. And one is not dropping. Oh yeah.
We lost an allied unit.
That's the way for 3 now, but they're gonna start trying to plan in here.
Request.
Hey, here we go again.
Come under attack.
Okay, that's fine.
Enemy unit destroyed. Beacon captured by the enemy.
Oh, you got it.
We need to secure enemy beacons if we want to keep this mission on track.
Sir.
Light damage detected.
Oh, no.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Kicking his ass. Legitimately just put them all in the fuck box for a second.
Retreat.
That endless waltz gave like no shits. Oh. Downswing, please. Jeez. That's weird. Oh my god. Jesus. Uh-oh. Yeah!
No! Mobile suits been destroyed!
Ooh, we're boxed in here real bit. And this is still early too. Like we still got 3 minutes going on.
Destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
I don't know if we can if we can facilitate one again to just put them in. No, they've already been fuck boxed. It already happened. Never mind. I gotta go. Oh god, he almost flattened into my shit. Jeez. Jeez. What do you want, see, at this point? Oh, there's a guy here. There's a dude. Bitch. Of course he popped, you short of a bitch. Come here. No. You're streaming. What the hell? Excuse me. Oh god, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Thank you very much for the raid. I'm getting beat up.
Significant damage detected.
I'm assuming you got a raid and run because you probably gotta go to work, but otherwise, thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate the support. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Let me boop this man. Oh yeah.
2 minutes remaining for the operation. Bases, especially valuable.
Wow, you don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. I'm coming. Woo, mama.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
God, over there. Confetti everywhere. It's true. Chantilly. It's neat. Kind of weird. Not super necessary, but not bad. I don't really want to think about
Retreat.
what this is gonna have to deal with in 750, but for 700, not awful. I love the idea of the shot lance having just this extra like pew pew at the end of it. Like that's cool. I feel like there's a lot of other suits that could probably have shit like that. Let me do it. Naft. Now, one thing I do wish is that if you had that out and that special thing done, you could just shoot it while boosting. Not having any mobile firing on this suit kind of bums me out a little.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
You were chasing after my shadow.
That one. Sympathy in 700. Dog user. Too annoying.
Redeployment.
They're probably gonna lose this because these guys are not killing anything.
We lost an ally unit.
Oh, and our doubles, they just trying to be one-man army over there
Destroyed it. Base is wiped
instead of helping us.
Lost damage.
Ooh, thank God. That could have been a lot worse.
Thank goodness.
I will hold it in my arms. Oh, this love
Wait, our fucking wing EW went nuts.
beyond the sky.
Here's your reward for this battle.
I came to you to share.
So that was our round in the F90 I Jupi. I'm just kind of getting into the habit of calling those that because I have a feeling that we might be getting some more really granular specifications in the future. It's interesting that we're kind of getting these during what's essentially Winterfest right now. And it really kind of makes me wonder what their big suit is going to be going into like the end of December or whatever that they're going to try to celebrate more with. because right now it's just really very specific versions of stuff, not only that we've gotten already, but just different typings and all this other kind of goofy stuff. And I like it. It's cool. There's a lot of these are probably suits that people are like, oh, it's the one. I can't believe it. He made me. So I'm very interested to see people be excited for, you know, the Scrimblow Bimblow, you know, stat suit or whatever going on. I definitely don't feel too bad about having to, you know, like I don't feel like I'm going to be suffering through this week doing this suit. So if this is something you like, if you really like the Alphabet F90s, not a bad thing to try to grab, especially if you're looking for something a little bit different at 700 and 750. I think it's very nice that you do have a chance to really give this a go while just doing that 4-stepper. Also, I can show out the aerial melee a little bit more. Yeah, very good travel with that. Oh, actually, one thing I need to keep in mind: no aerial melee on that for the regular saber, just for the lance, it seems. But that is gonna be the end of it for this suit. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be playing this in 700 and 750, mostly in 700, but you know, we'll try to get a feel for how many people are really trying to adopt this in both costs, especially as you get closer to the end of this coming week. But that is going to be the long and short of it for the F90 I Jupi. So until next time, I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, night, or whatever, and I will talk to you all in the next video.